trip as well to Charlotte.
Yeah, listen, there are definitely, New York is definitely in the house without a doubt.
Here is Jalen Brunson, a huge fourth quarter, his biggest of the season, the win over the Pelicans. He gets New York started.
And that's one thing we talked about. Oh, hello!
How about this for a start? Miller time in the opening minute, partner.
Yes, indeed. This crowd is already electric. Plays like that just keep raising the roof. The energy's insane right now.
New York has won 7 in a row, 13-5 since the All-Star break. Anunoby with ball.
He's feeling it.
Call your friends. LaMelo Ball has come to play.
The Hornets understand what type of game this is.
Towns, Cat understands it too.
And that's something that the Hornets coach want to stop the walk-up threes. That's an emphasis for them.
51 double-doubles, leads the NBA. As Karl Anthony Towns, Miller fouled by Cat.
Look at this team. That's what makes them so special. Behind the three-point line, it could be anybody's night. It could be Miller. It could be Melo. It could be Knipple. It doesn't matter. And now that creates this element of supreme spacing on the offensive end.
They hit 26 threes earlier this week. Went over the Kings. That deflected off of Bridges. Look what OG found.
Right there, but had a little bit of a mix-up in communication on the back screen set. And it ended up, the ball just ended up flying to OG, and OG knocked it down in the corner. Gotta take away corner threes, though.
Ball again. Oh, boy.
It might be one of those nights.
LaMelo Ball knows. That's why it's such a crucial time of year for the Charlotte Hornets.
Yes, definitely it is. Right now, the Hornets are playing desperate, treating every game like it's a must-win situation, because for them, it really is.
A turnover by New York. A win tonight. Just a half game behind the Celtics for second. 4.5 out of the top spot in the East. Held by the Detroit Pistons. Great job by Josh Hart, who Mike Brown's been so complimentary of how he's played lately. He finds Bridges, who is a little bit out of control.
Great contest right there by Diabate without fouling. Little sloppy, but it ends up in the right man's hands. LaMelo's first miss of the night.
Was short, deflected. It will be New York being a leader.
Yes, and sometimes everybody wants young players to be leaders. Some guys it's natural. Some guys, they have to grow into that leadership role. LaMelo is doing that right before our eyes.
Knicks have been sloppy back-to-back possessions with turn.
This game right now, but offensively they've been flat out sloppy. And defensively, they just lost Bridges on the backside.
Wide open.
That's a flat-out miscommunication that cannot happen. That pass came from half court. Bridges wide open on the baseline. They have to do a better job on the defensive end.
Miles Bridges, how about his evolution? Now in year 7, Mikal Bridges gives New York an answer they needed. Well, that was something Mike Brown said. He goes, look, we'll try to stop them from 3, but they average over 42 attempts from beyond the arc per game. We've got to match them a little bit. As that one is off, Miller can't fully corral.
Is the paint touch. When LaMelo gets two feet in the paint, or anybody drives, or that ball just touches the paint and then it sprays out to the three-point line, that's when they get the best three-point opportunities.
This is Brunson with a crossover. JB, silky smooth.
The more you watch Brunson, the more and more you're impressed with his game. Not the fastest, not the quickest. He just has an elite skill set to score.
Miller comes right back at you.
Speaking about guys that can score.
In waves. Didn't play in the first meeting between these two teams. New York has taken the 2 meetings by a combined 43 points. One of those came in the Emirates NBA Cup. The Knicks would go on to win the Cup, and Brunson was a huge reason for it.
And remember, we talked to Mike Brown before the game. What did he say? We want to keep Brunson off that baseline. The first 2 times he's got to the baseline, he's knocked down shots. Knipple knocks down a shot as the Hornets continue to stay red hot from 3.
And that is the league leader in made threes. And in the top spot in the Kia NBA rookie ladder, which you can catch throughout the week on NBA.com. Here's Towns, turn around. Hornets get the stop. This place is buzzing. Ball. A little bit off, tipped around. Knipple. Back to number 1. In those paradise threads tonight. And he's got Hornet fans happy.
And he's just super aggressive. Like I said, I like how he's approaching this game. He's not letting the game come to him. He's pressing the tempo at all times.
And this is the 3rd youngest roster in the association. Bridges was short.
Yeah, listen, this roster is really young, which means that they're set up for success for a very long time, especially as long as they got that guy right there.
Knipple is built different.
Yes, he is. when you see his game, you think he's just a shooter, but he's so much more than that. He drives to the basket. He's a good passer. He'll get in there, stick his nose in there, and rebound, and he'll defend you as well.
Brunson was short, and there's an example of what he can do, just figuring out a way to will his team to the rebound. Mike Brown's taken one timeout. That one off the heel. Rebound to Hart.
And this pace has been feverish, up and down.
Which during the Knicks 7-game winning streak, they played at the slowest tempo in the league.
Not tonight.
Bridges on the back door. And now Charles Lee. This building, you know this building well.
Yeah, listen, they're selling out this building because they're giving the fans a reason to be excited. It's the three-point shot. It's the pace that they're playing with. It's the development of their young players. You can't fake what the Hornets have right now.
Miller, a dish down to Ryan Kalkbrenner.
And that's a great job by Miller. Miller known for his scoring. As soon as he got to his area, found the big fella on the baseline lurking. Big fella knows what to do with it. Threw it down with authority.
Jeff Peterson nailed this past draft in Charlotte. Kalkbrenner, Sion James. Talk about second-round value on the board as Brunson hits it home.
Yeah, Brunson, he's just an absolute problem. But getting back to what you were talking about, the Hornets nailing it in the draft. When you're a small market team, no one's coming to save you in free agency. You're going to have to get it done yourself in the draft. And what the Hornets have done the last couple of seasons in the draft are why they are the team that they are today.
Going the other way, that foul called on Brandon Miller. So back to New York.
Look at some of these offensive numbers for both of these teams. Right now, the Hornets shooting 67% from the field, 44 from three. On the flip side, the Knicks 57% from the field, 40% from three as well. Offensive efficiency has been through the roof.
Two of the best in the offensive column over their respective last 30 games. Both have won 23 of 30. Turnaround for Jordan Clarkson. How about a bit of a roller coaster ride? But Mike Brown said the ultimate professional on a team of vets. He is their oldest.
Yeah. And it's tough mentally when you're not playing, especially when you guys had the career that Clarkson's had. Not playing, some guys go to dark places. Other guys just figure out a way to keep fighting through.
Josh Hart beats the shot clock. And New York has settled in nicely after Charlotte's hot start. A foul on Clarkson.
First team that tightens up defensively is going to be the first team that's going to be able to get an advantage in this game.
That's what's been remarkable about Charlotte since the All-Star break. They're 5th in defensive rating. New York has been tops in the NBA on defense over their last 30 games. We're going to get an illegal screen, so a couple giveaways by Charlotte. That's on Ryan Cole. Back to New York, this Knicks team carrying a 7-game winning streak into this night. Here is Brunson. He was masterful in the win over New Orleans on Tuesday night. This one in and out, offensive rebound, nearly into the hands of Clarkson, tipped around, and back to these Hornets.
Mitchell Robinson just couldn't secure that one, had the offensive rebound, had to kick it back in, but while he was falling out of bounds, but that's what he does. He just gets his team extra possessions, impacts the game with his energy. Look how he's pressuring the ball. Hornets right now starting their offense at half court.
Now Kalkbrenner swarmed.
John Knipple.
Hornets start with LaMelo on the ball. It's LaMelo, Brandon, Kobe White, Musa Diabate, and Miles Bridges. Shot clock dips down to 5. LaMelo's got it. Kobe White, an offensive rebound. Took it away from Jose Alvarado, who's just checked in. Bridges, quick spin, holds on the right hand.
Don't settle for that outside jumper. Do what you do best. Put your head down, use that good athleticism, pick it right up off the dribble with the right hand.
Jose Alvarado trying to fill some big shoes. Jalen Brunson sits for the first time today. Jordan Clarkson, second time's a charm. Knicks have Clarkson, Alvarado, Diawara, Karl Anthony Towns, and OG Anunoby to begin the second quarter.
Defense got to lean toward Towns and Clarkson with this unit on the floor for the Knicks.
Back of the iron for LaMelo, long rebound, Brandon. Diawara couldn't get down low enough to catch that Skipper City native, who is loving the fact that he's getting a chance to play in his hometown.
And also in the playoffs.
Kobe White. Oh, that got it for 4. It's a long 2. He has to hit a foot on the line. Hornets back up by 4.
High-octane offensive unit on the floor for your Hornets.
Size advantage, at least height-wise, working on Musa. Settles. Towns has been quiet. 8 minutes, 2 points. Touched on the way up, and Anunoby got a piece of it. And Anunoby is fouled.
Put it on the floor, you use that big body.
Clarkson is fouled. Jordan Clarkson's first year in New York. You guys have a handshake when you get together? Special six-man of the year handshake.
Just a head nod.
Backdoor cut, Clarkson. This guy.
He's always been one of the best in the league at movement without the basketball. Which team will limit their mistakes on the defensive end tonight?
LaMelo working on the smaller Alvarado. And Musa able to deflect it off of Anunoby. Miles. Got it caught. He knew that Mitchell Robinson was lurking. So that's 2 extra possessions that Musa's given the Hornets.
Right, got to capitalize now.
And they do. Miles Brunson
breaks the tackle and flips it over the front of the rim.
Hornets lead by 4. Hornets currently tied with Orlando, 9th best record in the Eastern Conference. But because of the tiebreaker, they're not really tied. They actually have 9th all to themselves. That's big. That means you host a play-in game.
That's huge.
A lot of season remaining, including tonight, 10 games left. Bridges, another right-handed bucket.
Spin off the smaller player and get to another right-hand layup.
Hornets led by as many as 10 in the first quarter. Knicks are limping right now with Brunson on the bench. Extra get out! Alvarado did. Alvarado just lost it out of bounds. 3 Hornets surrounded him, and Alvarado lost it.
Played amongst the trees right there. Probably should have kept his dribble alive. He got out of the middle.
Dale, the second quarter with Jalen Brunson on the bench, the only Knick to have scored has been Jordan Clarkson.
That's why he plays 35 minutes a night, does Brunson.
And Hart barrels through a screen, and he's whistled for it. I'll tell you, Hart is
Outplaying playing edge with an edge. He rebounds the ball, guards the other team's best perimeter offensive player on a nightly basis.
Mitchell Robinson with a rebound. Mikal Bridges back into the game. Outlet pass up to Alvarado. Alvarado left it.
That really doesn't help.
J.R. Smith.
Smith, oh yeah.
Yeah.
Good golf.
Jalen Brunson back into the game. He was the main weapon for the Knicks in the first quarter. Had 17 points.
Boy, if he misses a shot, you must get the defensive rebound.
And Anunoby bumps into LaMelo. To do. Bring a hot dish and have a potluck.
Yeah.
Khan tries to set a screen. Hart's now on LaMelo. Shot clock's at 5. This is not going very far back. Chicken side! Oh, LaMelo makes something out of nothing. Wow.
Stumble, lose the dribble, fall down, and flip it in as the shot clock expires.
That's a tremendous, tremendous weapon. Mitchell Robinson is a great lob threat.
That's what he does. Block shots, influence shots, and catch lobs.
87th dunk on the year for Robinson. He hasn't missed a shot in a couple of games, I'm told. Bill McGrath is charting that. Mitchell Robinson has now made 12 consecutive field goals. The Knicks' record is 18 consecutive field goals made. O.G. Anunoby. Hart ran into a wall. Huffman, great job defending the rim.
Absolutely. Defending that ball without fouling.
Humphrey's been on the surge lately. He is playing his best basketball late in the year. Pump Leonard backs it up the backboard. Knicks clear. 4.5 remaining second quarter. Another consecutive shots.
Brunson getting all the attention offensively. Now he's throwing lobs. Brunson's got 6 assists already in the game.
6 made shots, 6 assists.
Wow.
Kobe White waiting at the scores table. Sion knew that OG Anunoby was lurking. Knicks can tie with a 3. That is a calm, professional approach by Anunoby.
He's just so good. Connector for this team.
Ooh, LaMelo lost the ball. That doesn't happen a lot, just lost his dribble. No damage done. Knipple, offensive rebound. Again, Miles matched up with a smaller player. And again, takes advantage. Tenured Hornet who can just taste his first playoff experience. And it's going to mean a ton for everyone in the organization, but for Miles Bridges getting a chance to play in the postseason, it's going to be super special.
No doubt.
He's seen a lot.
Miles Bridges is a big reason why this team is as hungry as it is to get to the postseason.
Anunoby has his pass deflected by Musa. Turnover. Sion back to Khan.
Josh Hart, Mikal Bridges, and Jalen Brunson. Remember, Kyle Neptune was an assistant coach at Villanova under Jay Wright, so I asked him if it was good to see his guys, and he said, it'll be good if we get the win.
After the game.
Move by Diabate, and he can't finish it off. Oh, $1 million move. Coming the other way. Bridges can't hit a 3, so no damage done. Wow. LaMelo bounces it over to Bridges. Miles Bridges. Both Bridges missing 3-pointers to begin our third quarter. Offensive rebound, Knipple. Clean look. Brandon normally hits that. Knicks have won 7 consecutive games. Here in a dogfight atop the Eastern Conference. They're currently the 3rd at best team record-wise in the East. And LaMelo gets called for whacking Towns on the forearm. Foul number 2 on LaMelo.
That's a good gamble right there. Now Hart's got a layup.
Brunson, 17 points first quarter, no points in the second quarter. Hart working on Diabate. Knipple. Hart had a 2-point first half, uncharacteristic of him. Hart averages 12 points per game.
Oh, he dribbled that. I thought that was double dribble.
Shot clock down to 5. Brunson leans in on Knipple. Rebounded Towns, poked away by Brandon. 3 on 3. And Brandon and a foul. Chance for a 3-point play. The free throw after making a shot and getting fouled all season long. He's now 16 for 16 in making the free throw in an and 1.
That's a good stat.
Great stat. You like that one?
Yeah.
Brunson walled off. Mikal Bridges. First 2 for the Knicks. Locker room. Knicks last year, of course, head coach Tom Thibodeau. They made it to the Eastern Conference Finals, and Tibbs still got whacked. Change the chain check, maybe. Knipple. And a foul. That's going to go on New York, trying to keep the Moose off the glass. Speaking of, I think Dre May has left the building.
What?
Yeah, we got to win a bet. His feet weren't good enough.
Ran out of footballs to throw out.
Jalen Brunson. That guy's special.
He started the game. Just how he started the game right there.
He's now got 19. That leads the way for the Knicks.
First 2 since the first quarter.
Oh, Khan was open on the wing. Knipple. LaMelo. Another 3-pointer for LaMelo.
The Knicks were confused because Miles Bridges had another mismatch on Brunson. Cross-court pass. Get the defense to slide, and LaMelo bottoms a deep triple.
4 out of the 5 starters for the Hornets in double-figure scoring. Towns
He has been close to non-existent, but you know that's not going to last for 48 minutes.
No, it's certainly not. That's definitely an adjustment that the Knicks want to make in this third quarter. Get Towns more involved.
Back-to-back threes!
Defense of the Knicks.
Hornets lead by 12. High water mark has been 13. Bridges. LaMelo leads the charge. Transition three. His fourth of the night.
Yes.
Could he have done what Musa did out there on the perimeter?
No.
Different skill.
Moose has got footwork on perimeter. Yep. Love you, though, but no.
Anunoby leaves it for Towns. Towns has got 5 here in the third quarter after only scoring 2 in the first half. Hornets with the day off tomorrow. Games both Saturday and Sunday here in this building. Knipple, he's twisted an ankle and falls down awkwardly. He was fouled. This is rookie year. That's after he turned an ankle down in Orlando. Missed the next game because of it. He has been sturdy. Here's a message from CPI Security.
Kind of walk it off, but it's show you how mentally tough he is right there. So we're trying to play through it. He's got a limp right now.
5 minutes into our second half. Hornets lead by 14. Khan is paired up in the corner with Anunoby. Mikal Bridges from the short corner.
2 buckets in a row by Bridges in that short corner on the baseline.
Bridges comes up, sets the screen. Knipple! Yes!
Twisted his ankle and then scores 4 straight.
18, 5, and 7 for Knipple. Hart pinned!
And release that shot.
2 years ago, Con Knipple was playing high school basketball against 15-year-olds. He is a grown man. This is an incredible player for 20 years of age. Shot clock's down to 3. Miles Bridges, how do you do?
Good action right there. Bridges knows he can throw it out, but it'll be a tough shot. Hard ball fake. He do a little dipsy do and spin it off the glass.
Crowd getting into it. Towns, believe it or not, he's 7 feet tall.
Still can move for a big guy.
He'd be an NBA player if he was 6'5".
I would agree with you.
Playing with an edge. Hornets bring Grant Williams into the game along with Ryan Kalkbrenner. Con Knipple's staying in the game. Had a bit of a scare a moment ago. LaMelo putting on a show. Whistle stops playing. He still goes between the legs off the window with the left hand. Knipple picks up a low pass and hits it on top of Hart.
Good.
Brunson. Classic Jalen Brunson. They're flying around off balance, and he can make anything fall with that soft touch of his.
Soft touch.
Take some of that physicality away from LaMelo.
Absolutely.
Grant Williams is fouled. Grant has played some important games against the Knicks in his NBA career.
Boards, too.
I'm convinced he's 7'8". They list him as 7'4", and folks, that's not right. Hornets up by a baker's dozen. As Steve Martin would say, the Hornets up with a stiff arm of 13. Jordan Clarkson, all-around good shots.
Two of the best to come off the bench. Kobe White's been doing it lately. Normally a starter, but he and Clarkson.
Another bad screen. Hornets continue. Comes back in, number 51 in blue. 20-year-old rookie from France had his moment back in the first quarter. Brunson. Khan. Saves it. Winning basketball. Khan blows by Clarkson. Dumps it down to Grant. And it's Stripson's out of the game for New York. Kolek Anunoby, Clarkson, Towns, and Diawara are going to start this fourth quarter for Mike Brown. Towns is fouled. Karl-Anthony Towns here, he shoots 85%. Larry Markkinen. Oh, Karl-Anthony Towns. Jalen Brunson's going to have to sit for a spell. He played the entirety of the third quarter. Miller, Ball, White, Diabate, Williams. 5 on the floor for the Hornets. Hornets have won 4 straight. Knicks have won 7 straight. And a foul called on Clarkson.
Come help us.
Bandit streaks for the ball. Shot clock's down to 3. Brandon. Kolek pushes it ahead to Anunoby. Anunoby left open. Guy's a winner. But he's still good.
Yeah, he's so good. Knows how to play, gives that ball up, relocates, sets the feet, gets his 5th triple.
Brandon. 3-pointer. Brandon Miller.
Smart play right there. Didn't like the shot in the paint. Give it to Musa, and everybody stops playing. Brandon relocates to the corner, a little toss back. He gets one to go down.
Towns, tough shot off the window. Hornets continue to shoot a very good ball. 58% from the field, 46% from behind the arc. If that holds, it'll be the 5th consecutive game that the Hornets go 50-40. They're shooting at a record-setting clip. Splitting the double team. Brandon sets up Kobe. And Musa is fouled while getting an offensive rebound. Ball that is tops in the NBA, and no one else is really even close. Shot clock's at 4. Grant's gonna have to fire. No!
Basketball IQ is priceless. Grant Williams got a lot of it.
Hornets back up by 16. Diawara. Bad idea! Here come your Hornets! Get in there! Last touch by Towns! Into the game. Hart comes back into the game. Clarkson and Anunoby both rest. Still no Brunson. Getting late for New York. White. Musa missed time to jump and still got it. Catches in.
And accepting it.
Now Mike Brown looking for one final thrust. He will put Jalen Brunson back into the game. Brunson doesn't get his normal rest. He was only on the bench for about 3 minutes and 10 seconds of game time. And the Hornets turn the Knicks over. Brandon Miller with an exclamation point.
3 steals for Musa right there. Brandon Miller, clean air, and a hammer.
Second dunk of the ball game for Brandon. This is almost all over but the shouting. New York has not seen anything like this out of the Hornets in many a year. Hornets the lead in the ball. Musa's open. And he's fouled by Towns, who's getting you to play reckless basketball, and it works.
Endurance, stamina, heart.
Offensive rebound.
Brandon wanted that one too bad.
Bridges, Hart, Robinson, Brunson, Anunoby. 5 on the floor for New York. Towns is sitting. Here's Hart. Bridges. Miguel Bridges playing in his 630th consecutive game. actually looked it up. The very first game as a rookie in Phoenix.
Yeah.
He played the last 11 seconds of the game. He was not in the rotation.
Oh, my.
They won by 21, and they said, get in there, kid. So he actually almost didn't play his very first NBA game, and he's played everyone since.
Never looked back.
That's the entertainer for you. Competitor, understand.
That's next level play-by-play for you.
Uh-oh. This is the ultimate chicken salad. Brunson is fouled.
Flops, flails that head back, any kind of contact. Look at Brandon denied the ball there.
Wow. Shot clock's already at 6. Yeah, that was doomed to begin with. Hornets with numbers, 4 on 2. And LaMelo is fouled. The Hornets are crashing the offensive glass and get 22 points. He's got 7 rebounds. He's got 8 assists. That pass had no chance of making it through. Bridges didn't catch it cleanly. Almost halfway through our 4th quarter. And the Hornets commit another turnover. Back-to-back turnovers. And Charles Lee says, guys, we're up by 16. Let's just talk it over a little bit and make sure we... Knicks are still going to roll without Karl Anthony Towns. He's only played 22 minutes tonight. Kalkbrenner back in for the Hornets to man the middle. Kalkbrenner, Miller, Bridges. There's a shootout on the floor. Josh Hart lost his shoe. And it doesn't cost the Knicks anything. Hart's going to have to go underneath the basket and change it, so it's going to be 4 on 5. And now Hart will make it across the timeline. Step back 3 for Anunoby. Never got there. Well, the Hornets have won every game so far in this homestand by double digits. They're up by 16 right now. Obviously, they just want to win this game by 1. No one cares. But it has been impressive, not only the fact the Hornets are winning, but how they're winning. Turnover. Robinson read that pass. Minutes to play. Another turnover. Hart off the window and in. Josh Hart actually came into this game down. He has made 9 consecutive three-pointers. He just took one a moment ago. That's the first three-pointer he's taken all game. Made 9 in a row. Didn't you win in the first 3 quarters?
Hornets got to keep their foot on the gas here. I think they're trying to take some time off the clock. It's a little tentative right now.
Con Knippel. Here's a see him in the 3rd quarter in his seats. He has returned. I'm told that he was about 7 miles down the road, and he heard that we were bagging on him. So he gets back in the car, and he comes back in, and I'm here. Count me presents.
Want my seats back.
That ride of Myers Park High School, the same high school that produced the great Haywood Workman.
I don't know, but it's just back-to-back threes. That one would have hurt.
Kahn's got 10 rebounds. Kahn's got 26 points. The Knicks are getting an eyeful of the Rookie of the Year, Con Knippel.
How do you leave Con Knippel open in the short corner? He's made the most threes in the league this season.
Oh, Brunson's still going. Scored the goal with a watching tonight. They're all checking the box and saying, Rookie of the Year, yes. Cooper Flagg has been sensational. He's going to be a dynamo, one of the all-time greats, I have no doubt.
Oh, yeah.
But this year, the Rookie of the Year is Con Knippel.
Playing winning basketball.
And Miles Bridges runs into Anunoby. Hornets with the basketball. I say bleeds the clock.
Yeah.
Brunson. Good job by Kahn to hold his water. Good job. Hart's foul lead is back up to 10. Hornets can take it below 2 minutes this time down the floor. Remember, the Hornets are in the bonus.
Trying to get Mitchell Robinson involved in the screen roll here.
And a reach-in foul. Because of the bonus, free throws coming for the Hornets. These will be his first 2 free throws of the game. Win the game. Look at LaMelo taking his time, dips, flips, automatic. Some things you guess that, other things you just know. Hornets on pace to win their 5th consecutive game while shooting 50% from the field and 40% from behind the arc. And an open. Extra pass got knocked away by Diamante.
That should do it.
Remaining. Shot clock's at 3. Hart. Oh, this guy. Final minute. It'll stay with the Hornets.
And they're on their feet at Spencer Center.
It'll stay with the Hornets! Yes! How diddly-dee! That's how you win a ball game!
Yes, sir. A couple of offensive rebounds. And a sledgehammer by Bridges.
Hart has been a man in full. He's got the last 10 for the Knicks. But the Hornets don't need to shoot it again. They can just chill. They'll shoot free throws because LaMelo will get to the line. Dale, how about these Hornets? Shot clock is off. Knicks will inbound, cross the timeline. And that will do it. For the 5th consecutive game, the Hornets win by double digits. The Hornets now have the longest winning streak in the Eastern Conference.